Previously on Dobie Masters. We responded to a crowded public park to reinforce Cleopatra's commands and focus even around tons of distractions. We also discovered that she has mastered the watch me command to an extreme level in just 2 weeks after we had introduced it to her in a specific way that appeals directly to the Doberman breed's natural instincts. But coming up today, we introduce luring to Cleo, an incredibly useful positioning behavior that'll be invaluable during her training when we introduce the heel command and more advanced behaviors later on. And she absolutely amazes her owner with an incredibly fast understanding of this behavior after only a handful of repetitions, even in this distracting public setting. One of the many payoffs from the work we've done building her focus and drive. All that is happening right now on Dobie Masters. Here at Doberman Planet, we believe that anyone can be successful with raising the perfect Doberman companion. You don't need to have decades of experience or be an elite trainer to own one of these impressive dogs. Follow the journey of everyday owners and their dogs as we go about transforming their relationships and making true home-worthy companions. Welcome to Dobie Masters. Hey guys, we are back again, and in this video we are meeting Arthur at the park to see how his Doberman Cleo is responding to our training. Now, if you have a Doberman at home, you've got to get them used to this behavior, luring. It's called luring, and it's like what opens up the world to Dobermans in terms of some of those advanced behaviors. You know, like you see those really elite obedience champion dogs doing on TV that are super responsive. Luring, that's the first step to teaching this to a Doberman. So learn it, teach it, practice it, ingrain it in your Doberman. And this breed loves this command anyway, and we're gonna teach it to them in a way they understand. So let's get going. So give me some updates. We worked on some focus last time and some food motivation. How's like the watch me command going?
Really, really good.
Okay.
Like she would stare at me, not for just for a second, for like a minute or two.
Wow, that's awesome. 1 to 2 minutes of staring the watch me command, that's phenomenal. That's absolutely phenomenal. I'd also really like to introduce some luring actions from her.
Okay.
And I was curious what you thought about that. So what I mean by luring is, you know, having a treat in our hand and guiding her along, which could help us with positioning commands down the road. It'll help us with heel, help us with leash walking, and anything that involves positioning her.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad you thought of that.
It opens up the world for commands with these dogs. Okay, Art, we're gonna try some luring right now.
Okay.
This is super useful, like I said, for so many situations. Basically, we just wanna maintain her focus. We're out here in a super distracting environment.
Yes.
Right? I'll do it a few times if you wanna watch, you
Okay.
can. And then you can even you know, you can step aside while we kind of work through here a little bit. The whole point is just to maintain focus. We want to keep the leash loose the entire time if possible.
Yeah.
We want tension on the leash to be really foreign to her when we're doing luring. We don't want her to get used to that at all. She's gonna take off a couple times here and there, and the whole point is just to regain her focus and continue with the luring. Keeping her on the left side, leash on the right side, and basically we just have the treats in our hand.
Okay.
We close it up and we just lead her along with the treats and get her just really used to that. We're not doing a heel command, we're not doing any of that stuff yet. Cleo, here. Cleo. Good girl. Good girl, yes. Yes. Good girl, here. Here, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And we're here with a lot of distractions. This is really good. Here, this is good for her to here. It's gonna be a lot of work, and it's supposed to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
For the owner too. Yes, yes, and I'm slowly opening my hand. I'm gonna try to keep her as close as I can to my hip. The right side of her head should stay close to my hip. Here, yes, yes.
Wow.
Here.
I'm amazed.
Cleo. And look how loose that leash is the whole time. That's what we want. That way she
loves her cheese, that's for sure.
Yes, and I'm gonna give her a break. Okay, good girl, okay. Now we're gonna see how far we can take this luring thing with Cleopatra in a second. But while we're just giving her a break for a minute, you know, before really driving this point home into her head so, you know, it really sticks, I wanna ask Arthur about what he said were some really concerning behaviors that he's seen in Cleopatra that just really has him worried. You mentioned before on the phone that there were some weird behaviors from her.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Well, the other day, Amazon came And I talked to all the Amazon drivers so that they can come in the gate if they need to, and that she's friendly and what have you. So I went out to talk to her, and I thought she was on the cable. She came out, and I was like, okay. She went through the bushes and took off, went all the way down past the park.
Oh, she got loose.
Her tail's wagging, and to her, it's a game.
Yeah.
And then I'm using the recall command. I'm telling her to everything I can possibly think of to get her to stop at least.
So what'd you do?
I told her, I'm gonna race you home. See you later. So I started running back home, and she started running too, and she caught up to me, and we raced back to the apartment.
Smart. In an emergency, that's great. Another thing you can do, sometimes in canine communication, they say to turn your back and crouch down low. In the canine dog world, it's it's like an invitation to join you. So you could try that. But yeah, turning and running, especially with Dobermans, the prey drive kicks in. They don't want to be away from their owners. That's awesome. And she's getting more defiant. You mentioned before maybe her first heat.
I think she's coming into her first heat soon in the next couple of weeks or maybe in a month. I don't know. She's getting more of an attitude.
Yeah, 9 to 12 months is typical for Dobermans, just so you know.
Okay.
So, and she's almost about 8.
Yeah.
So she's real close. Also fidgety, nervous behavior, increase in anxiety, that's all normal right before first heat. Could be coming. If nothing else, the hormones are kicking in and the juvenile delinquent mode is kicking in. And really be careful, their urge to wander really goes through the roof when that time kicks in. So keep her on a leash. All right, Art, you wanna go do some more training?
Let's go do some more training.
Let's do some more. Yes, you see this focus?
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is so good, yes! Yep. Look at this. And I can stop and we can back up. This is great luring. She loves this luring stuff. This is gonna work so good. I am so excited for her.
So am I.
Do you wanna give it a try?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Just like that. That's great. It's really hard in a distracting environment. Really, you should start luring at home, but I'm glad we're starting to do a few things in a distracting public environment. But do you think that you can add that into kind of your regular routine with her, is doing that a little bit?
I think I can. I can do it in the store when we go to the stores and Target and go on our walks. I can try to
just get her very used to following. Dobermans, they crave having some direction and leadership in the house. The Watch Me is gonna help a lot with that, but if you could really do these other things to support that in the house, such as making her stop before you go in through the door, then give her the release command as she comes in. On the couch or the bed, she doesn't get to come up until you allow her to. You give her a release command like, okay, and then she can come up. Not allowing her to grab something and run with it. You were mentioning socks earlier. We can't allow that. If she does, just go grab it real emotionless, get her to release it, drop it, and walk away real emotionless. And putting food behind you at meal times, asking 1 or 2 commands, and then releasing her. If you do these things, it's really gonna help reinforce your role as a leader in the house, which is gonna make everything else we're doing so much better and so much easier. Make sense?
Makes sense. If she continues to get on the couch without permission and continue.
Oh yeah, we guide her down.
Then I bring her down.
With an off.
With an off, and if she keeps continuing doing, then does she go in timeout?
What you can do is you can get her off, and sometimes it's repetitive. Off, 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 so she never settles on the couch and gets that relaxing. Off, off, and then when she settles on the ground for a minute or two, give her the release command and let her come up. And then really quickly, she's gonna learn it's on your terms, not her terms. Guys, think about this. Feeding your Doberman the same dried out kibble every day, it can lead to things like picky eating, sluggish behavior, and low focus during training. But feeding your Doberman a fresh option that's nutrient packed, it can lead to some pretty cool outcomes, such as improved focus, higher energy levels, better quality fuel for their bodies, and that nice toned body and good shiny coat that we just love to see in a Doberman. That's why I really want to introduce you to Ollie's fresh food option, especially for us Doberman owners. And if you're serious about the well-being and want to maximize your dog's focus and energy during training, then what goes into their bowl is really crucial. And Ollie's fresh human-grade meals, they're crafted with vet nutritionists, and they give your dog everything they need to thrive without any of that junk that's found in companies' typical like processed kibbles that a lot of companies put out there. Trust me, I've tried a lot of dog food options over the years, and And not only that, but I get emails every day from viewers about their experiences with different food options, and I've really not seen anything quite like Ollie. Your dog will feel the difference, and so will you, honestly, during training, with better focus, more motivation, and just better overall health from your Doberman. And the best part is you can try it now for 60% off. The link will be down in the description down below, as well as a coupon code that you can use for that huge discount. And trust me, you're gonna be thanking yourself, and frankly, your dog's gonna thank you too. Okay, so the homework I'm giving to Arthur for the next 2 weeks is all centered around practicing that luring behavior, so we can build off that with the heel command really soon. Really, if you can double down on building focus and drive in your Doberman, that's how you're gonna be able to teach them anything. Now guys, if you wanna see all the homework that I give Arthur, literally all my training documentation that I provide to him at the end of each of our sessions, you can download them for free. They're in the description down below, each of the Dobie Master videos, and you can actually train your Doberman along with Cleopatra. And of course, I really appreciate you hanging out with us today and following our journey to make the perfect Doberman companion here on Dobie Masters. See you on the next one.